What do you have to overcome in your life? Faith is the victory. Welcome to this, your daily 180 Bible study. We're talking about Rahab, and we're talking about her saving faith that was based upon the things that she had heard. Also, others heard the same thing, but they rejected the evidence. And consequently, Rahab is referred to in Hebrews 11 as a woman of faith. In Matthew chapter 1, she is in the genealogy of Jesus. And in James 2, she's referred to as an example of an active, working, obedient faith. But she had to overcome a lot. And one of the things she had to overcome was the culture around her, and the sinful culture that was around her, and perhaps family practices and family religion. You say, well, we don't know much about it. Oh, yes, we do. Yes, we do. If you look over at Leviticus chapter 18 and begin with me at verse number 24, God's going to warn the children of Israel about certain things, and he begins at the top of the chapter, and he lists some of the most gross, vile, immoral behavior that you can imagine. Grandparents committing incest with their grandchildren, bestiality. I mean, just sick, gross sins. As a matter of fact, he mentions the fact that they have child sacrifices. It is a gross, sick society. And she's living right there, and she sees all of this, and everybody's practicing this. And notice what happens in verse number 24. Do not defile yourself with any of these things, for by all these things the nations are defiled, which I am casting out before you. For the land is defiled, therefore I visit the punishment of its iniquity upon it, and the land vomits out its inhabitants. You shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgments, and you shall not commit any of these abominations, either any of your own nation or any stranger who dwells among you. For all of these abominations the men of the land have done who were before you, and thus the land is defiled, lest the land vomit you out also when you defile it, as it vomited out the nations that were before you. This was a sick society. And Rahab grew up seeing this child sacrifices, immoral behavior. And it would have been easy to say, well, I can't leave these things. But she did, because she had an honest heart that accepted the evidence that was before her. Join us again tomorrow.